One more time for giving me back my life. Now we'll move to the most interesting aspect of the program. The thing why you people are here today, the reason why we as badge mates come together and said we want to recognize the gallant work, the generous job of these individuals who happen also to be ex-students of Armitage. We go now to the pick of the program. The reason why we are here, somebody needs to drive back to Bansan. He's going to miss the symposium. Oh my God. That's mouth-watering, trust me. If you don't know, just wait. Can we move to the next now item on the program? The presentation of the trophies, the certificates, and the cash prizes, for the presentation of the prize to Mr. Hassan, I'll let the principal probably preside over this. And so we also let our beautiful lady in the valley to please come forward. Okay. We are starting with the certificate first. It hasn't yet still, but in case some of you are wondering what is on this certificate, Armitage High School 1991-1996 badge, Certificate of Appreciation and Teacher Recognition Award 2013. That just so to do this award as frequent as possible and as much as we can. Is hereby awarded to Mr. Hassan Cisse for his outstanding performance, commitment, and lasting contributions to our academic, professional, and personal development. Awarded 7th day of December 2013, signed Lamin Konate, who is the head boy of 1996 and the external coordinator, and the one who has sponsored close to 50% of this program or more, and signed by my humble self, the local coordinator, flanked by Mr. Ibrahim Atarawale and all the 1996 badge members. Your hands together for them. Mr. Cisse, can you please come back for yet another one? We have a cash prize of, who can guess the amount? Or should I just keep quiet? Because I don't know whether armed robbers are here. A cash prize of $10,000. Come back. Put your hands together, guys.
Thank you, Mr. Suse. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Principal. We appreciate that so much.
I just want to...
Oh, Daddy has something to say. Please don't tell them my nickname when I was here.
Okay. You remember I came late. And he had to beat me up. But since from that day, I don't go to school late.
He was a stubborn boy, don't mind him.
So he has taught me something. That's why when you see me standing there waiting for you when you are late for class, please don't think that I hate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh, put your hands together for you. We now go to the second awardee. For some of you who don't know Nyundo, when Nyundo writes on his Facebook wall, unfortunately, I have been failed by the internet here. Probably I don't know the right passwords or something else happened. Or Nyundo didn't want me to read some of his things on his wall. We keenly follow Nyundo on Facebook. And I advise some of you to add, for some of you who have access to social networks, don't go there and do anything else. In fact, is it allowed here to access the internet? Then full stop. I wouldn't go further. But I'll just tell you, it helps us so much if you listen to, if you follow Nyundo on Facebook, the type of posts that he does, the passion he has for the youngsters and for the children in particular. Of course, he works for Child Protection Alliance. And the inspirational quotes on his wall, I always tell him, what's the lesson of the week? And because he's so fast in doing that, it's so natural, it just comes out of him like that. When he writes, we all see ourselves in it. And because of that, in fact, it was, I can't remember the entire thing because I have a very bad memory. One day I just told him, Yundu, you have printed your foot or your feet on the sands of time. Because he taught us in 1992. It was a very, very long poem. I wouldn't embarrass myself because I can't remember the poem. But whatever he said, it started with something like, great men and women all remind us that we can make our lives sublime, departing leave behind us. You know, footprints on the sands of time, footprints that perhaps are not others. Sailing over life shall mean, saying shall take heart again. So let us be up and doing with a heart while still struggling, and to wait. So it was this point that one of our members was supposed to, I have mixed it all to Google and say, Google it, you will not see it. You just have to contact Mr. Drame to give you the full quotation. And because of that again, we have this award ceremony today. But I want to call the chairman, board of directors, to hand over the cash prize, the trophy, and the certificate, and your clap. Welcome. Our batchmates of the 1991-1996 to help our chairman, Mr. Tambido, who has to drive back all the way to Bansan. We apologize for dragging this program so late, Mr. Tambido, but thanks for coming again, once again, to present this thing to our proud teacher, the one we are so proud of and make us who we are today. Can you clap? Yeah. Thank you very much, Masira. We will call on the president of the Ex-Student Association, Mr. Suleiman Jao, to help the chairman in presenting the cash prize. Mr. Suleiman, can you come forward, please?
And how much is the cash prize?
It's 100,000 budots, $10,000. Thank you very much, Mr. We now call on Mr. Lamin Fofana, who is the Gamcel marketing manager, to help us present the trophy to Mr. Yunudrame. Lamin, if you don't know, printed some very nice t-shirts Unfortunately, I tried mine, but the belly, it cannot fit. Because don't worry, I'll cut the belly and throw it away. Mr. Lami Fofana. Come on, put your hands together. Come on.
I remember Junior Drame told us something which I shall never forget. Mr. Drame, Junior Drame told us something.
Hands together for Mr. Drame.
Mr. Drame told us when Nelson Mandela was free.
Oh, really?
In 1990, and then we had a class in 91, and he told us that Nelson Mandela will be the first black president of South Africa, and it happened.
You know, when Jundu walks into that class with that dynamism, he walks majestically with that confidence. He was filled with a fresh sixth form graduate. He will even organize extra classes for us at night. But when he walks in and said, "Today is Bambakulio," I don't know what Bambakulio was, but for one reason or the other, in fact, we pondered at some point whether we should call this award the Bambakulio Award. But we later said, no, come on, not everybody understands that. And Bambakulio, for one reason or the other, is not the most positive thing. I don't want to know what it means, but I know it was pretty much inspirational. But Yundu, we remember, I think Nelson Mandela was released from prison on 11 February 1999, or around about, 1990 rather.
1990.
Yeah, and then he said, this is the man who has moved from the prison after 27 years and is likely to be the president, the first black president of South Africa. And we were wondering, I mean, I think today the Bambakulio has some extra things. How can he be too so? Somebody in prison, how can he become a president? I didn't know, or I underrated the predictive powers of Mr. Drame. And funnily enough, we are back here 21 years later, and Nelson Mandela, the hero, the African hero, the example of the world. I listened to Bill Clinton and he said one day, Nelson Mandela stood and said, "I regret one thing in my life." And everybody was just standing there. We're thinking that he was going to say the days I spent in Robben Island or some other prison. He said, "I regretted not being the #1 champion heavy boxer." And everybody laughed. Then Bill Clinton just got up and said, today, everybody knows President Bill Clinton and how he can speak. He said, peace, freedom, and justice means only 3 words in this world. And those 3 words are President Nelson Mandela. And then he said to Ms. Nelson Mandela, "Thank you for being the person we want to be at our best days." That was all he said about the vote of thanks. Thank you for being the person we want to be at our best days. We thank these gallant guys, Mr. Jundu Drame, Mr. Hasum Sise, for being the persons we all want to be and inspire an entire generation in our best days. Can you put your hands together for that? We will now take a very short break and allow some of you to free up. I'm sure there will be an entertainment by the Scout Band and probably, I don't know when.
we got to get it late.
And you put your hands together for the chairman now. And where he's gone. Mr. Chairman, one more presentation, please. One was on awarding the awardees that I forgot the very institution that has built. Hello! 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 Now, let me go back to our song and then D. Coffee. The very institution that has built us, the very institution that has produced the powerhouses, that has made us who we are, the very institution that we decided to choose to be here, the very institution that for one reason or the other, destiny has made to be here. And that's the very institution we want to reward, and also it has its own award. Now, can we call the chairman just before we release him to go back to Bansang to do this presentation to the school, to you, the students, to the staff, and of course to the principal and to the board of directors in the other way around. Not top to bottom, this is what? Bottom to top, whatever it is. Mr. Chairman, we want to do a very little and token presentation to the school. To Mr. Keda, the staff and students of Armitage Senior Secondary School for making this day a success and for giving us the opportunity to reward our teachers and to come back to our alma mater and reconnect history. Mr. Chairman, we have 10 books donated, 5 books donated by the Masise, who lectures at the university, and that's why he couldn't be here, and a cash prize of $10,000 is from us, Armitage Student.
Give him a round of applause. Oh, is it that you don't appreciate it? Let's go! Let's go! Thank you.
Oh, what's up?
Mr. Chairman, just before you depart, there is a token that we also wish to present. You guys are going to rock it. Mr. Manager, right here. Put your hands together.
Put your hands together for Manager. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Manager. Mr. Chairman, can you put your hands together for Mr. Chairman to go live? Put your hands together. Put your hands together. Come on. Can you give him sending off tune, please? Minutes to start the second phase of the program, and the most interesting bit of it, which is the symposium, and then the lecture session. The first plenary session is by Mr. Armitage, a historian who will tell the history of this school from 1927. The second one is by Mr. Yunudrame, who will talk to you about becoming a better leader. And then the third and most interesting one that I look forward to, I'm here, but I don't know the purpose of life, probably. I was taught though by my granny teacher some time back that but I'm not sure whether it's coming from that perspective. No, not really. From the social perspective of life and the purpose of life by Mr. Mani Jovate. If you miss this one, you're going to regret it. So let's give him a round of applause, or let's give them a round of applause. And then let's have some entertainment now. Now you people should start. If not, let's keep it up. I was very, very quiet. And then there is this other science teacher called Mr. Ali. Mr. Ali told us to go and catch coke when it's smooth. Get at all. So at night, we'll be chasing the complaints inside the toilets. And when you get them, you go there and he'll not tell you anything very, very important, but if you dissect the cockroach, you know, at the end of the day, you wonder why all of us have to collect all these cockroaches. So what we ended up doing was, we just went to the door of the biology hall and wrote there, Mr. Eddie, the cockroach is up. So now, who did it? We don't know. But we ended up calling him Mr. Eddie, the cockroach is up. But he was such a nice guy to me. And then because I was so quiet, and he wanted to know who really this guy was, probably those days scoring this high mark is. I came here, you know, when we closed for the closing assembly, I'm not sure whether you still have it there. The very last assembly that you do and then you just move out to the door here. You know, I packed my drink here. That means to be in khaki socks. Are they still in khaki socks? No, lump. Khaki socks. Of course, I was not this size. And then, you know, I was right there, just around that corner. And then the principal, Mr. Sane, mentioned my name. I was trembling. It was my first time in history to get up with 500 times 2 eyes to be on me, to come to this stage and take my prize. By the way, I'm not bragging, but you can ask Jadi. I never got less than 100% in marks. I don't know why, but ask Jadi. That's true. So Mr. Gales Ture gave me 105%. And then, you know, I looked at it. My brother Sidi, who is sitting right there on the extreme corner, wanted to protect me from everybody because then I couldn't speak my name. All I heard was, Nimupua. So it's like, I was so bothered with Pua. So I asked, what is Pua? They said, Doma. I said, don't mind that. I'll go ahead in my life. But he was so protective as a brother here. So what do we do when the papers are out? He will just go and collect mine. But then, I didn't have defeat. There was this girl I love. I never tell them. Some of them may be telling them to bring it up later and look at the guy. And then, anytime I want to come and say something, I say, I want to come and say, did you know that I scored 100% in maths? You know what I'm saying? You did? I said, yes. I'll come back and say, instead of saying I love you, I said, and I did science too. And I go back. Then later on, I come back and say, do you remember the last day I took the first prize? You know? And then I said, next year I take the first prize. But it becomes so usual, and I said, I don't know. How do people say I love you? Because I don't know how they can think about it. Look at somebody and say I love you. For me, I cannot say that. And say, yeah, really you gonna? I said, actually, I said it when I was saying, how can people say I love you? You know, how can people say I love you? You know, so what was relevant was I love you. But then, she never, oh my God, because we have